Well, there's people that voted for Biden that are doing it now. They're like, what did I do?
Right.
Like, what did I choose? Like, how is this guy?
Yeah, you just can't listen to an interview or he's saying some of the stuff he says that just makes no sense at all. It's like you can't listen to those interviews and feel like you made a good decision. I don't know how you could.
Did you hear what he said like yesterday or a couple of days ago?
Mm-mm.
He was talking about the Revolutionary War. He's like, one of the reasons why we lost the Revolutionary War, one of the problems with the Revolutionary War was they didn't have enough airports.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I saw that. Like, what the hell?
Like, pull him.
On his podcast, Joe Rogan and UFC middleweight Bo Nickal were talking politics.
If you had any other job and you were talking like that,
yeah,
they would go, hey, you're done.
If you talked like that to a doctor at your medical exam to fight, they'd be like, okay, like obviously you're not fighting. You would also, here's 8 weeks of being helped out by professional, like
right. You might not ever do anything again.
No, it's it's one of the wildest things ever.
It's insane.
Yeah,
and the media gaslighting you.
Watch how the tone shifts when they get fact checked in real time.
By the way, the same stable genius that said the biggest problem we had in the Revolutionary War is we didn't have enough airports. Whoa.
Yeah, that's it.
Whoa.
What?
Just for the record.
Is that fake?
It's not fake, but he was referencing Trump saying that. Here's what Trump saying it in 2019.
Oh.
Donald Trump said something about that. He didn't say Jesus. He said a stable genius, and that's where the transcription.
Let me hear what it says. What did he say?
In June of 1775, the Continental Congress created a unified army out of the revolutionary forces encamped around Boston and New York, and named after the great George Washington, Commander-in-Chief. The Continental Army suffered a bitter winter of Valley Forge, found glory across the waters of the Delaware, and seized victory from Cornwallis of Yorktown. Our army manned the airport. It ran the ramparts. It took over the airports. It did everything it had to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he fucked up.
Yeah, he did. But I feel like that's you can tell too. It sounds like a little different. He's like, you could tell he like messed up his words, but yeah. He was just, I don't know.
Took over the airports.
Well, that's the thing about media these days. It's like
right.
You got to look into it.
Wait, what? These dudes called the president of the United States a demented old man, and suddenly when they learn he quoted Trump and they play the exact clip from the horse's mouth, it's, gotta look into it. Since we think it's a mental decline, let me ask you guys something. If Joe Biden stared at the sun, directly into the sun, during an eclipse, what would y'all say? How about when he drew a Sharpie to indicate where he thought Hurricane Dorian would hit? What would you say about that?
They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists.
How about if Joe Biden said this of immigrants? Remember when one SoundCloud rapper really tried making a name for himself outside of music? Well, Trump called that guy Lil Pimp. His name is Lil Pump.
For something like this, this is an island surrounded by water, big water, ocean water.
How about when he told an entire country of people under his direction that he believes disinfectants can kill COVID on impact? That was a nutso moment, huh, guys? Same dude who believes windmills cause cancer. Very, very smart thing to say.
Sam, you got a question for Triple H? You're always good with the question.
Yeah, sure. How worried were you when you thought Vince McMahon was dead?
Oh man, I was scared to death. If I hadn't seen them pre-tape it where he got in and out of the car,
Of course, you're talking about the limo explosion. When we saw that,
what kills me is so many people call. I mean, the office next day, like people. I'm not kidding you. Like, and they'd probably be mad at me for saying, like, Trump called and was like, "Did something happen to Vince?"
Did Trump not understand that was a skit?
It's the magic of television.
It's true. He thought a WWE skit of Vince McMahon dying was real. Thus, he freaked and dialed his friends to check on him. When tragedy struck an American community because of, shocker, we know, gun violence, Trump had to remind himself on a note to tell those affected, I hear you. What a guy.
The metrics right here. That's my metrics. That's all I can do. China has total respect for Donald Trump and for Donald Trump's very, very large brain. I speak from here and from the heart. I speak from the brain, but I speak from the heart. It's both. We speak from the heart and we speak from the brain. We're going to deal from the heart. We're going to deal from the brain. I had to speak from my heart and my brain, just so we understand. My deadline is what's up here. We'll figure out the deadline. You know, up here, very important. So important for right up here, the psyche. It's called like up here, and it's called memory, and it's called other things. We have horrible people that have no touch, no brain, no nothing. We need brain in this country to turn it around.
He also proclaimed that, I can't believe this all happened. He also proclaimed that he met with the Prince of Wales. Only the issue was it wasn't the Prince of Wales. It was Queen Elizabeth's son, Charles. How about his tweet when the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl and he congratulated the state of Kansas? Wouldn't y'all, along with Fox News, have a field day with this?
We want every American child to have access to pristine outdoor spaces. When young Americans experience the breathtaking beauty of the Grand Canyon, when their eyes widen in amazement as Old Faithful bursts into the sky, when they gaze upon Yosemite's towering sequoias.
He can't pronounce Yosemite? What would y'all say about this if another dude did it? How about when he announced a press conference at the Four Seasons Landscaping? How about when he threw starbursts at Angela Merkel? He went to war with dishwashers, saying, remember the dishwasher? You'd press it, boom. There'd be like an explosion. 5 minutes later, you open it up. The steam pours out the dishes. Now you press it 12 times. Remember the time Joe Biden quipped to a coworker, black guys counting my money? I hate it. The only kind of people I want counting my money are short guys that wear yarmulkes every day. Oh, wait a minute. That wasn't Joe Biden. That was Donald Trump to a coworker. Interesting. How about when Biden uttered, it doesn't really matter what the media writes as long as you've got a young and beautiful piece of A. Wait a minute. That was also Donald Trump. Remember when he talked about passing a dementia test with flying colors? Do y'all remember that? But hey, once the tables turn, and suddenly it's about Trump, you guys backpedal hard. Why is that? Why can't you acknowledge what you just said? Mental decline. If that were a fighter, he would never be allowed to fight. But if it's Trump, you just can't trust the media. Incredible double standard, incredible self-own. Shame on both of you.